Today we're going to make some fat sugar cookies, and I'm going to start the dough now. I will make these for Bible study we're having tonight, and I'm going to make heart-shaped pink frosted Valentine's cookies. Here I have butter, eggs, vanilla, and almond extract, sour cream, sugar. We have flour, cornstarch, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And those are the ingredients for these cookies. So we're going to get started and put these all together. We're going to start with the butter and the sugar, and we're going to beat that until it becomes really nice and the sugar's incorporated and it's fluffy. So I'm going to add the sugar to the bowl here. There it goes. Took a minute. And I'm going to add the butter to the bowl. I guess I didn't get that K-paddle in there. I'm going to add the butter to the bowl. The butter's been softened just a little bit in the microwave, just so it incorporates better into the sugar. I don't melt it. You don't want it melted, but you do want it softened. Get all that out of the thing here. And then get that butter in there. Okay. Now I'll properly put the paddle on. Okay. And let's beat this. We'll go slow at first, just so the sugar doesn't poof out. Then speed it up gradually until I get to the highest speed to beat that until it is really nice and fluffy. Now you can see that butter is all nice and fluffy. Now we're going to add in the vanilla and the almond extract. And we're going to add in the eggs as well. And so there we go. And we're going to mix those in thoroughly. Ready? Let's go. And now I'm going to mix in the sour cream. Let's get that mixed in. Okay, and now you can see we have kind of a liquidy dough here, and that's okay. We're going to scrape the sides down again. And I'm going to add the flour, the cornstarch, the baking soda, the baking powder, and the salt to it. All right. Scrape that off. And we are just going to slowly mix this flour in until it's just mixed in. You don't want to over mix this. And so you do it kind of at that slow speed. And you see how it's starting to come together. Okay, there that is. The flour is all mixed in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this dough into a bowl and put it in the refrigerator for an hour to chill. And then we'll roll them out, cut them out, and bake them. Now we're going to make the buttercream that we frost these Valentine's cookies with. We are going to use, that is 2 tablespoons of milk and 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. You can just use milk if you want. That is 2 teaspoons of real vanilla. That is a cup of butter, unsalted. And that is 4 cups of powdered sugar plus a pinch of salt. The powdered sugar I sift once, then I measure, because I just think I get a more accurate measure that way. We're going to add these things into this mixer and mix up the frosting. Okay, we're going to add the powdered sugar and the salt into the mixer here. Okay, so there's the powdered sugar in, and then I'm going to add the butter. And the butter's been softened again in the microwave just so it all incorporates, because you don't want chunks of butter in your buttercream. If you're going to pipe it at all, it makes it really hard to pipe. Get all the butter out. Looky there. Okay. Then we're going to add the vanilla, pure vanilla. And then we're going to add the milk and the cream. And if that's not enough, if you can't get it to the consistency you want with that amount of milk and cream, you can always add it just by increments, little increments, and mix and to get to the consistency that you think you want for your cookie. I am using the whisk attachment here. We'll start slow because we've got a bunch of powdered sugar in there. And we're just going to let her go, and see. I'll see what the consistency is after I put in the recommended amount of milk. And then turn it up. Okay? That is a good consistency for the buttercream. If you see, it's nice and spreadable. That's what you're looking for. Now we're going to color this buttercream. I've divided the frosting into 2 different containers because I'm going to dye them a little bit different colors. I'm going to dye that's a base frosting. I'm going to dye that a dark pink, and then I'm going to dye this a little bit lighter pink so that I can pipe on to my cookie once the base frosting is on. Here are the colors. That is the base color for my cookies. That is the piping color to pipe on little hearts and designs on them if I feel like it. But aren't those pretty? And we'll get the cookies baked here in a couple of hours, and I'll show you the baked cookies, and I'll show you the frosted cookies. Okay, we have a lightly floured surface. We have the dough is nice and chilled, and I'm going to roll it out. And I'm probably going to go to, I don't know. I usually do these about a ½ inch, but I think I'm going to do a little bit more thin, but I don't know. So we'll just see. I'll guess. Because usually that would be where I left it, but we'll see. Sometimes they're a little too fat. So I have this French rolling pin I use, see? And we'll just, it's so easy to roll. You want to get it all equally rolled so it's not too, but I am going to leave it, about like that. It's probably about ½ inch, and I'm going to leave it that way because they're supposed to be pretty fat cookies. So that is the rolled out dough, and this is my little heart cutter. And then we just cut as close to each other as you can, because you can re-roll this dough after you finish cutting. Not wanting to come out. I'll flour it a little bit. There we go. And you see, so those are pretty fat. Pretty fat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on parchment covered cookie sheets, and then I'm going to put them in the freezer for about 10 minutes to get them nice and cold before I put them in the oven. That way they hold their shape a little bit better. But you get the idea. I'm going to go around, I'm going to cut, I'm going to re-roll, I'm going to cut till I use up all that dough.
Common spirit.
Here is a little mason jar full of half flour, half powdered sugar. That is what I roll these sugar cookies in. And here's a pan of cookies just about ready to go into that 375 oven for, 9 or 10 minutes, just until they're done through. Okay, now we're getting ready to frost all these cookies. And so I'm going to start. I will show you the finished version when I'm done. There are the heart-shaped sugar cookies, all ready and frosted. Aren't those pretty? They're absolutely delicious, too. So give these a try. See the recipe at www.misstracybakes.com.